walking through a shopping centre, one will invariably encounter varying degrees of shit. In fact, I could probably make a dozen videos alone about shopping centres, but this is about one specific aspect. I think the worst aspect of groups, crowds of people, and the human race in general. There are these women. These women who have children. And if that wasn't enough, they stick these children in chairs with wheels and push them around. Now, these are the bane of my life, to be entirely frank with you. They do all sorts of terrible things with them. Irritating things. One of the most obvious ones when they line up in a row of 4 or 3 or so, however wide the road or pavement or whatever walkway you're on, they'll line up and completely block it, a row of mothers with their little children, and then they get a bit confused when you want them to move out the fucking way. You're blocking off the whole road. Why? What's wrong with you people? But that's not the worst thing that they can do. The worst thing they can do is use their children as queue grabbers, as I like to call it. This is when you'll be approaching a queue, you know, with a bit of shopping or something, that's fine, you're just going to put it through, and suddenly, as you're walking past an aisle, a child's head will suddenly nip out, you know, in a seat, in front of you. Because they know that no one really wants to, you know, smack a kid in the face. Most people don't want to smack kids in the face. If a child goes in front of you, generally you'll stop. And they know that. And they use this in the most sickening display of selfishness and solipsism and narcissism in the world. It's cruel and offensive to anyone who even calls himself a human being. Because they're not saving much time. What, they're going to get ahead of you in the queue. What's it going to save? 20 seconds usually? If that, a couple of minutes at most. I mean, okay, if someone has a huge amount of trolley of stuff, you know, I can understand. When someone's like holding a drink or a bag of crisps or something, they'll still try and zoom in front of them with their fucking pushchair trolley thing. Not a trolley. They try and zip in front of them with their child in the seat. And the fact of the matter is, so many of these people, I've nearly hit their kids. I've nearly walked straight into it, you know. And at the end of the day, if I ever do, it's their fault. The reason that your son now has a big knee-shaped dent in his face is you pushing him in front of me because you wanted to be 20 seconds earlier in a queue, you sickening piece of shit. It's, you know, and that's basically what they're doing. They're saying 20 seconds of my time is worth more than my child's health and safety. Some people should just be vasectomized outright, to be honest. I think any woman does that should have their child immediately removed and raised by the state. Not the best way to raise a kid, but better than someone who's going to treat them as a way to save a bit of time. That's my rant this week. Because I see them, I work in a shopping centre, I see these people, and it's a fucking insult. I can't let someone use their child that way. It's pathetic, and makes me want to give a blow to the back of the woman's head, but then that would just, you know, aggravate the situation. So yeah, bye!